So a consumer proposal is a really good tool available to Canadians. It is under the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act, which is a federal legislation in Canada, and it's a repayment plan. It's a little known tool, so we're hoping that people are going to get to know it more and more as an option, as opposed to filing for bankruptcy, or as opposed to continuing to pay your debt yourself, or as opposed to going to see companies that are potentially going to harm you and your credit more than help you. So a consumer proposal would be for your unsecured debt, so your debt that has no liens attached to any specific asset, and you would put them all together in one payment. That payment is made monthly, and it's basically a percentage repayment of your debt to your creditors. So you say, I owe you $40,000, I can't afford to pay you $40,000, I'd like to offer you a smaller amount, I don't want to file for bankruptcy. So we look at your budget. We have a look to see how much you can afford to pay on a monthly basis, and we have a look to see what the bankruptcy scenario would be as well, because it is under the same legislation. We have to compare the two. And as long as the offer being made in the proposal is better for your creditors than it would be in a bankruptcy scenario, we're good to go. Your creditors are going to vote. So each dollar that you owe equals one vote. And in the proposal, you only have to get 51% of the creditors to say yes. If they accept it, then everybody is forced to participate, which is really good. You know inside 45 days how it's going to go, so there's no months and months and months or years of not knowing. You make your one payment every month, you make it to us, we take the money and we distribute it to your creditors. Well, because it's under the federal legislation, there's what's called a stay of proceedings. So a stay of proceedings stops any actions against you, and it stops your creditors from being able to contact you, bug you, and harass you. The phone calls stop, the letters stop. Basically, the best way to describe it is you're in a bubble. So you're in that bubble, force field, if you will. The creditors can't get to you. They've got to deal with us. And even though they have the 45-day process to vote, there's still the protection starts the day that we register it with Industry Canada. That's when your protection starts. And if they call you, you just refer them. Call my trustee, call Fontaine & Associates. We talk to them, we send them the documentation required, they file documents with us, and they don't deal with you at all.